Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen, and today we're going to be talking about family fun Advent ideas for the month of December. I know it's almost the middle of December. I really wanted to get this up, but I've been so crazy busy. So I was thinking that I would still put it out there for you guys in case you wanted to jot these things down for next year, or if you wanted to maybe take a couple of the ideas that I have and do them for the next 2 weeks before Christmas. I'm super excited to share with a lot of these things with you because I've been doing a lot of these things for years. And it's very easy to give up on an Advent calendar because you set yourself up for failure because you put down all of these different things and have high hopes of ideas and fun family, to-dos, and then when the day comes, it's like, okay, well, we can't do this because we have this now, or this one's sick, or it's pouring rain out and you don't want to do that. So the ideas that I have are, number one, fairly easy, and most of them can be done in your own home, and for two, most of them are on a budget. So they're very cheap. So if you're looking for fun ideas, if you have a large family or if you're on a budget, no need to worry. I have some ideas for you. So for starters, this is the Advent calendar that I use. It does come with numbers and I can't find them. So these, I got this on the clearance rack like 4 years ago at Target. It has all the little drawers to count down. When my boys were like a little bit smaller, I did used to put little candies and things like that in here. We no longer use the boxes. We do use the numbers to count down, but like I said, I'll probably find them December 26th. So what I did is I basically just got index cards and paper and wrote down my activities on here. So every morning the boys come down and they get their flashcard and they flip it to see what is going on for that evening. Okay, so this is how I start my planning, so that way I can plan ahead. So I open up my Erin Condren or whatever planner that you have, and you look at the month of December to see what kind of activities or sports or things that you have going on. Like for example, we had my nephew's party last Saturday, so that would be an Advent idea for that day. If the kids are saying, oh, what's for today? We're going to a birthday party. So it doesn't always have to be Christmas related. It could be just something fun that doesn't have anything to do with Christmas. So sometimes I would use things that we're already doing in our schedule as an Advent. So I open my planner up, I look at all the days, and I think to myself, okay, Mondays is a down night. We don't have any activities. So that would be a night that would be good for like a movie. Sorry, somebody was at my door. Yeah, so I will look at the calendar and see which things we can do on that event. And note to self, I learned over the years, every Sunday-ish or Monday, I will look at that coming week because I write it all in my planner in pencil in case things change or I have to swap things. So I write it all in pencil, and then every Sunday or Monday, I will look at that week and say, oh, you know what? This came up. We're actually going to do looking at lights on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. So it's nothing set in stone, so you can always change it around. So let's get into my ideas instead of me chit-chatting your ear off. This is a chit-chatty vlog because a lot of my ideas I can't show you, I can just tell you. So the first one that my boys love and we've been doing for years and they really look forward to it every year is the sibling Pollyanna. So I have 4 boys, 19, 13, 11, and 9. And they still absolutely love this tradition. We've been doing it since they were all babies, and I hope that that tradition carries on with them and their families and with each other when they're older. So one of the days of the Advent would be them picking their names, which they love doing. And then another day in the month would be us going to purchase the Pollyanna gift. Now, I do give my boys a budget of $10 each, and we always do go to Five Below. You don't have to do that. If you're on a stricter budget, you can have your kids make each other something or write a nice letter to each other if they're old enough to write. Or make a picture of some sorts. Or you can go to the Dollar Tree and, maybe have a $3 or $4 budget for each kid. But my boys love it. My older one is able to drive, so he goes and gets his gift on his own. And it's so funny because for the last 3 years, they've always picked the same sibling. So this year, we were kind of mixing it up a little bit. We were going to do a white elephant, but then my boys joke around too much. So we just left it as the Pollyanna, and we did have to change names a couple times because they kept getting the same person that they got the last like 2-3 years. So that's a really fun tradition that we started years ago that will knock down 2 dates of December. The next one is look for a parade in your area. Most townships have parades, which is a lot of fun. You can make some hot chocolate before you go in like the throwaway cups, and that's a free event and fun event to go to. Now, the next one we do, I started a couple years ago where before we would just go look at Christmas lights, and now we do Christmas lights scavenger hunt. So this is the, actually, if you go on Pinterest and put in Christmas light scavenger hunt, so many free printables come up. So I give each one of my kids a clipboard and a pencil and then the printout, and you can make it easy or difficult, however you like. You can do the scavenger hunt where you can make it like real competitive, and whoever shouts it out first gets a point or 5 points, and then you can tally up all the points at the ends. Or you can do it where, you know, you could do it together as a family team and just say, oh, hey, I found a snowflake, and then everybody checks it off the box. We try to do the whole competitive part where whoever shouts it out first gets a point, and then that just turns into an absolute disaster, and no one's even enjoying themselves looking at the lights because they're screaming as who yelled it out first. So if you don't have super competitive kids, you can do that. In our case, I wanted it to be relaxing, also fun, so we just did it where we were a family team, and if someone's seen it, we pointed it out and we checked it off. So the scavenger hunt is a lot of fun. I think there was only 2 that we didn't find last week. A palm tree, which I don't live in like the California area where I'm thinking you would see a palm tree. And what was the other one? Oh, a poinsettia flower, which you would think I would see that, and a Christmas stocking. So those were the 3 that we didn't find, which I'm sure they were out there. The next one, super easy and cheap and very nice, is a RAK, R-A-K, Random Act of Kindness. That's a nice one because I'll let them pick it in the morning so that they have all day, and then when they come home from school, I ask them, what did they do that was nice for someone else? And if they still didn't for that day, you know, I tell them, okay, well, the day's not over. You can do something for like a brother or your mom or your dad or the dog. So they always are trying to like fulfill that for the day and do something nice for someone. Next one is stories by the tree. You can all lay by the tree and pick a bunch of stories. My favorite, even though my youngest is 9, I still lay by the tree and we read books together. My older ones kind of just sat there on their phone, but I knew that they were really listening. So Santa's Stuck is a super cute book. We've been reading this for years. Actually, Santa gave this to my son in 2006. So I've had this book a very long time. We went to see Santa in 2006, and he was giving out free books when he arrived at the mall. So this is a really good story. How to Catch an Elf. Ooh. Is also a really cute one. And then we always save the night before Christmas. My husband reads this to the boys the night before Christmas. It's a tradition. All of my boys participate in that. And it's just something I will do forever. I love doing that. So yeah, so Christmas stories by the tree. Dinner and a movie. Okay, so we do dinner and a movie as one event. And then we do the Elf movie while watching Elf. We eat spaghetti with syrup. And I kid you not, a few years ago, my kids, I always try to incorporate like the food with the movie. So if we watch Home Alone, we will order a pizza or have pizza. If we watch Elf, we'll have spaghetti. We used to do just spaghetti, and then the boys requested with syrup, so I allowed it. I think it's disgusting. I would never eat it, but I do allow them to eat it for that night, and they love it. Usually a pound of spaghetti is perfect for our family, and on that night, I usually have to make 2 pounds. And it's not the healthiest, but it's fun. So that's another one, another idea. Breakfast for dinner is a fun one because I don't ever do that. My husband's not a huge fan of breakfast for dinner. So when I do that idea, the kids love it. We actually just did it 2 nights ago, and I go the extra mile and I make it even more of a breakfast than I normally would. I make the whole works, like pancakes, bacon, sausage, eggs, bagels, you name it. Another one is root beer floats for dessert. We're actually going to be doing that one tonight while we write our Santa letters. Last night was root beer floats and tonight was Santa letters. We never got around to having the root beer floats, so no biggie if you miss a night. We're going to do both tonight. So the kids are actually really excited about that. Gingerbread houses, which I know a lot of people do those. So this is a cute one because it has 4 small houses in the box. To make it easier on yourself, you can hot glue the house if you're in a rush and you don't have time for the icing to dry. So you can hot glue the house and then the kids can decorate it. Or you can pre-make it ahead of time and that evening it would be ready for the kids to make. So another fun one is ice cream cones and green icing. So you basically put the ice cream cone upside down and it looks like a Christmas tree, and the kids can decorate it with green icing, and you can get all kinds of goodies, marshmallows, you can get sprinkles. If you go to your store, I'm sure they have all kinds of fun stuff that the kids could decorate their Christmas trees. And then on the back of the Joy Box, they have little tiny cupcakes, and then you use the cone as the hat and you can make little elves. So I thought that was actually super cute, but that's too much work for me. I'll stick with the ice cream cone Christmas trees. Okay, so another cheap, easy one is a hot cocoa bar. You can make hot chocolate and then just set up everything else on the table, all the fixins, and the kids love doing that. Live nativities, I know a lot of churches do live nativities because that is the reason for the season. And those are also usually very free. I think sometimes they require like maybe a donation or something. Another one is a story of Jesus. Every year we just sit by the couch and by the tree and talk about the story of Jesus. And sometimes we even talk about other cultures, what they celebrate and how they celebrate. Oh, another fun one that we do, sorry I keep looking down because I wrote everything, is Polar Express night. And everyone just puts on their pajamas, we put on Polar Express, we have some hot chocolate, and that's always a really fun family night to celebrate the Christmas time. Make cookies together is another one. And my last idea is homemade pizza. You can make homemade pizza and have the kids make their own, like personal individual pizzas, or you can do snowman pizzas. I've done this with them also, is you make small, medium, and large. If you have a big pan, you can make a snowman pizza and you could put, you know, olives for the mouth and the eyes and just make it fun. That's what it's all about. It's not about every single present that's going to be under the tree. It's about spending quality time with your family, making memories that are going to carry on for years and years, and that your children may do with their children and remember when you did them. So a lot of the things that I do that I just mentioned, we have been doing for years, and it's been so much fun. And it's so crazy how even though my boys are getting so much older, they still look forward to these things. And sometimes I notice here and there it's sad because they're not 100% into it, but I know deep down that if I didn't do it at all, that would bother them. At least I think it would. And it would bother me. So it's fun just to keep the traditions alive, and especially for my younger one who still is into them. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you some ideas and inspiration, and so that you can do it with your family. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and leave me down below a message on different Advent Christmas ideas that you do with your family and different traditions, and maybe I can change it up next year. Don't forget to subscribe, and again, like this video, and I will see you all soon. Thanks so much for watching.